Facebook? Hello, Facebook. I'm going to set you down for a second and just settle in. Here we are. We're live. I had a technical glitch before, so I came on a minute early. Am I forgiven? I hope so. I'm going to read comments in a moment. I just realized I was staring into the wrong camera. I'm going to read comments in a moment, but for the time being, I'm just going to say hello to everybody. I'm joined by my good buddy. Thank you to the fine gentleman that gave this to me at the Vancouver International Airport. No, I'll leave that guy over here. So how do we get here? I've been really involved in Facebook since December of 2013 when I read a really cool article in Esquire about George Clooney and decided to do the exact opposite. At that time, I had a little less than 400,000 people on my Facebook page. And since that point, we just recently crossed over 4 million. So it's been an exciting run. It's been exciting because I've met a lot of people. It's been exciting because a lot of different things have happened, but all of them have happened organically. I don't feel like there's been any calculated moments in my Facebook time. And I've gotten to do so many fantastical things. I got to go on Late Night with Seth Meyers. Seth Meyers. I got to... What else were my Facebook goals this year? I'm missing a second goal. This is where we want to look in the comments and figure out what it was. After much shilling, I'm going to get to appear on Monday Night Raw in Everett, Washington on Monday, and that'll be exciting. And all the cool charity stuff, and all the great people that we've met, and whether that is at a Knocking Point party or a convention or on set or out on the street. It has just been so refreshing to meet and interact with so many people. Plus, I love birthday parties. I love sending surprise messages to birthday parties. So this is going to be a long, relatively informal session. Currently, we are filming season 4 of Arrow. That's super exciting. We are on the first day of our 72nd episode. That feels like rarefied air. Not supernatural air, but rarefied air. Any show that is hurtling towards 100 episodes has really accomplished something, in my opinion. So that's a huge credit to the crew and the cast and the writers, not necessarily in that order. Don't take any words out of my mouth, but I'm really excited about the new season and some of the stuff that we are getting to attempt. Got 21,000 people in here. It's crazy. Let me look at some questions that are coming in right now. Okay. Well, Becca Bacharach says that Arrow is her favorite show. A lot of people saying nice things about Vancouver. Got a little love from Florida. Beat Stardust's ass. Okay, let's talk for a second about the WWE. First of all, you have how excited I am to go to Raw on Monday. I have absolutely no idea what is going to happen. I am not a wrestler. I'm an athlete, but I am by no means anywhere close to a professional wrestler. What I will say is that I have been a fan of the WWF and now WWE since I can remember watching television. When I was in 3rd grade, a kid accused me of throwing a booger on him. I didn't do it. I'll never forget it, Cleon. And I got blamed for it. So my parents, as a punishment, actually took away my WWF magazines, and I was not allowed to watch wrestling for 2 entire weeks. Up until that point, the longest 2 weeks of my entire life. When WrestleMania rolled into Toronto in 1990, I was in a skybox watching Mr. Hogan and Mr. Warrior do battle. I'll never forget how much I enjoyed the this is true story, how much I enjoyed the Dusty Rhodes, Macho Man, Queen Sherry match. Unbelievable. One of my favorites of all time. The Jake the Snake, $1 Million Man match, loved that too. So to be involved with WWE, just to go and make an appearance is not only flattering, but a lifelong dream. So I hope that Monday goes well. I got no idea what's going on. But if you think that I'm not going to do some reconnaissance on my man Stardust while he is in the Pacific Northwest prior to Monday night, you have another thing coming. All right, here we go. Where are some of the people that we are live streaming from watching? And by the way, Christopher Hodgson, I am watching the Jays, but I have a limited amount of bandwidth in my trailer. It could play on the TV right there. Could play on the Apple TV, but I didn't want both things to chug. So, yeah. Daniel Janoska wants to know what my favorite moment was when I was filming TMNT 2. It was a 5-day sequence in Pier 92 that will balance out as probably the favorite action scene, an action scene that I'm most proud of, that I've ever been involved in. That was incredible. Yeah. Alton, Illinois. Holly Cox wants to know if I got hit by a truck. But why? I don't know how that would happen. So what are some of the cool applications that we could do with Facebook Live? Well, 41,000 people are watching this right now, live, currently. So I feel like we could just do a show. Like I could just set up lighting and we can turn the camera around, because you can do that. Watch this. Bang! Camera turned around. Of course you could do a live show. You do a live show, could sit down for interviews, you could let people know well in advance when you're going to do it. We could do some fun tours of set. I could introduce some of the cast on our show. I could go on a road trip, assuming that I'm in the United States and not in Canada, with our absolutely antiquated, embarrassing data laws, Canadian government. That'd be cool. I feel like if I ever did a drive for charity, I would do the equivalent of a telethon in the last hours to try to raise as much money as possible. 50,000 viewers. That's exciting. We are very, very rapidly approaching peak numbers for the Esquire network. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. Okay. I'm going to look at some questions right now. And by the way, if you are viewing this, this is a brand new feature. It came out today. I have I offer my opinions to Facebook sometimes, if and when they want them. They're way smarter than I am, so I just try and put my best foot forward when I get to talk with them and imagine that I'm in a scene from the social network. But this is an idea, and I'm sure that it was in the pipeline long before I put my 2 cents in. But the idea of doing a live chat to me has always been sort of what Facebook has been missing. That, and I would love to be able to reply to certain posts on the page with video content. So if you're watching, that's something that I would enjoy. Because this is a new feature, if there are things about it that you think are good, absolutely positively, don't put them in this thread. Post on my page, write something that is, well thought out, maybe post it a couple of times so I see it, because we're all about making this feature better. I'm just so thoroughly excited by the prospects of what it can bring that my coffee isn't even affecting me right now. All right. Hunter Gwynn, what did you think of the Deadpool trailer? Think Green Arrow can take him? I don't know about that. I just know that a bridge in Vancouver close to where I live was closed for several months, and it negatively affected traffic. I also instantly recognized about 9 of the stunt guys that we use on our show. So for those guys, I was very, very happy. 61,000 people. Courtney says Philly loves me. I love Philly, not the actual Phillies. You guys know what you did. But I love Philadelphia. I spent a Christmas in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. I have a soft spot for the Flyers when they're not playing the Kings. Things of that nature. Christina wants to know if I speak French. I do not. Abby wants to know if any of the Aerocast is coming to Emerald City Comic Con this year. I hope so. I love Seattle. Love, love, love. And any chance that I get to spend time there is good for me. Jessica wants to know if Jensen Ackles gets jealous when I hang out with Jared. I don't think that Jensen gets jealous of anything. Like, literally anything. He doesn't have to, because, you know, he's Jensen Ackles. Josh Ferguson's birthday is on Saturday. Nailed it, Josh. Happy birthday on a Facebook live stream. That may have never happened before. JP Midkiff wants to know if I did any research into PTSD when you played Oliver in season 1, I assume. I did do a tiny bit of reading, yes. But in almost all instances, especially when you're dealing with episodic television and the type of schedule that we have to maintain, I trust that the writers do their research. Since then, because of the work that we did this past winter and spring with Paws and Stripes and Stand for the Silent, I have become much more familiar with PTSD. And to all of the veterans, not just veterans, but just people in general that write on my page and tell me their stories, and specifically when it comes to people that have used what Oliver has overcome in the show to deal with their issues, that always means a lot. So if you are one of those people, thank you very, very much. Jordan Tracy's mom loves me. Well, I love your mom. What's the over-under for me making a drastic mistake in one of these? We just hit 75,000 viewers. And then just scrambling to take it down, but then realizing that it's live. See, people think that this is going to catch on, but the prospect of this is utterly terrifying right now. I'm going for 12 minutes. Will I be guest starring on some of the Legends of Tomorrow episodes? Probably. Jamie Morgan Daly has to go. She's going to miss me. I'm going to miss you too. That's a hello from Brisbane, Australia, from Drake Stroh. Someone wants to rub my head for good luck. Alexis Rizos wants to know how I feel about Roy leaving. I love Colton Haynes more than I love Roy Harper, and I love Roy Harper. So it's not the same without Colton around. But, you know, he's never far from our thoughts. Battleground Washington says hi. That's awesome. Hello, Aline from Brazil. A couple of places that I've never been to that I really want to go. Japan, Brazil, Italy, Argentina, Hong Kong. And I've been to Beijing and Shanghai, so I'm saying Hong Kong. I don't mean to be overly specific. Where else? I've been to New Zealand. I just got a hi from New Zealand, but I wasn't there for very long. I went to screen test for Spartacus back in 2010. And probably. I left LA on a Monday evening. You arrive in Auckland on Wednesday morning, which is weird. I did rehearsal and wardrobe fitting all day. I went back the next day and I did screen tests all day. And then the following morning, on Friday morning, I did a fitness assessment and then I had the afternoon off to walk around downtown Auckland and see the water and have one Heineken and then hop on a plane and come back, leaving Auckland Friday evening and landing in LA on Friday afternoon. So if you're scoring at home, that's a week with no Tuesday and 2 Fridays. 90,000 people watching. So good. Okay. I don't know when I'm going on American Ninja Warrior. I have the best job in the world. I really do. I love shooting arrows so much. Shooting episode 72 feels like shooting episode 4. That being said, it is really, really difficult to overstate how incredibly demanding the schedule is. And to consider doing American Ninja Warrior would be to put a lot of the physical stuff that I do in Arrow in a slight amount of jeopardy, because I would have to become so focused. Because if you think that I'm going to do it without trying to win, you're crazy. I would say instead, just watch Mighty Casey's American Ninja Warrior video. People love that show. My God. Tanya Robitaille wants to know when TMNT 2 comes out, July 3rd, day and date, 2016. Where's Port Angeles, Washington? Shania Alderson. Good times. Medford, Oregon. Stacy Sue. Bucher, Ireland. Winchester, Virginia, from Douglas Ray Hall. I don't do my own motorcycle stunts. Insurance. Did I share too much? I hope I didn't. Colin Kang wants to say that you need to be in the Blue Mountain State movie. I appreciate that very much. I'm not. But Alan and I, on the set of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 2, I almost said the name of it. That would have been really bad. We did some of our own scenes between my character and Thad. Is that good enough? I hope that's good enough. Oh, come on. I've never killed an animal with a bow and arrow. A lot of people are looking for commentary on what happened with Cecil the Lion, R.I.P. I tend to steer clear of gigantic internet controversies like that because they frighten me terribly. Claudia says that my 8-year-old son doesn't believe you were speaking to us live. Can you say hi to Oscar McDaniel? He's such a big fan. Your mom just nailed it. Gotcha, buddy. Just got a question about if it's weird working with the turtles because of the VFX suits that they're in. Not really. You get used to it. It's just like if you had to do a movie and you were speaking in an accent. Or if you had to do a movie and you had to pretend that you were a world-class archer. I don't know. It is weird, but it's only weird briefly. Jordan Walker wants to know if I can do any celebrity or character impressions. Sure. I got a great Ryan Gosling impression chambered, but I have it chambered specifically for Saturday Night Live. All right. Palki Singh wants to know, I'm not coming to New York Comic Con this year. I had an amazing time last year. I don't need to go to Comic Cons every year. I got a couple planned for the remainder of the year, and then that's it. Where am I going? I'm going to Wizard World Chicago in a couple of weeks. I'm going to Dragon Con in Atlanta over the Labor Day long weekend, and I am going to Heroes and Villains Fan Fest, a brand new event in San Jose, California, and that is the weekend of November 21st and 22nd, the weekend before Thanksgiving. And that's it, because I love my wife and I love my daughter, not necessarily in that order as well, and I want to spend time with them. So my weekends, especially in the fall when football is on, they are precious. Alan Hicks wants to know, did you shoot any scenes with Tyler Perry in TMNT 2? I guess you'll just have to watch it. Caitlin Walker wants to know if I like Formula One. Okay. And Anna J. DeLeon wants to know, are you on your break lunch right now? I am. What time is it? It is 6:34. This will be excellent live stream content. Watch me check the score in the Jays game right now. 9-7 in the middle of the 7th. What is going on? Okay. 1 sec. Donaldson, Batista, and Kirsten Macion have homers. It's pretty exciting. Kevin Lou wants to know if I think life is amazing right now. I do. I really do. Let's see. We're in Vancouver. We're shooting Arrow. This just went live today, so I'm not breaking any news necessarily, but we are episode 403. Restoration. Very cool episode. Written by Wendy Miracle and Speed Weed. Speed's a good guy. Wendy's a nice lady. 120,000 people watching. This is frightening. Esquire Network. I do see you, Jeanette Johnson. Did you have lunch, dinner? What did you have? I'm having sushi. Someone just said it crashed. I hope it didn't. It might have. I hope that it did. Facebook, I'm going to log off. This was a good session. I think it went well. Bless you, keep you. And we'll figure out some really fun things to do with this in the coming weeks.